Hello Libra, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading for February the 7th until February 13th, 2021. And as we approach Valentine's Day, I will once again be doing love readings this week. They will still be general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. I do invite you to take that which is for you and leave everything else behind to get into your higher vibes. If you haven't done so already, please, right now, before I even begin, hit the subscribe button, follow along. I am here every single week. If this reading resonates for you, please leave me a thumbs up and any comments or questions you might have down below. Let's take a look for Libra in love. Got a lot of interesting things surfacing in the love readings this week. Let's see what we got cooking for you. Okay, Libra, interesting. For you, the overall energy for the reading, for the connection is the Queen of Swords. This is your energy written all over this partnership, all over this connection, all over this love interest we have going on here. So fair indication to me that you either are holding all of the power or maybe none of it. We'll see when we clarify. But I do think that you are kind of controlling the direction here. For you in this connection, we have the Tower, the Six of Swords, and the Lovers. Okay, so we've got potential soulmate energy here, twin flame energy here, but also the Lovers talks to us about a choice to be made. It is traditionally the choice card in the tarot deck. So this to me is really interesting, Libra, because it feels like you're going to have a sudden realization of who you are meant to be with, and then starting to move yourself towards them. Maybe they don't live where you are and you're considering physically relocating to be with this person, but to me this is more of like an energetic shift, like having that recognition, like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't recognize that, like, this is the person for me, this is the person I'm supposed to be with, this is potentially, you know, my other half. I need to energetically move myself closer to them. I think this is going to hit you like a ton of bricks too. Maybe you've been waffling a little bit on a decision about somebody, or maybe there's just been someone around you who you haven't been recognizing maybe the extent of your feelings for. For them in this connection, we have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. I don't love this energy. I'm going to be very honest with you here. But also I'm feeling conflicted as to if this energy belongs to maybe somebody you're with now who isn't the person you're trying to move towards, or if this is the energy of that person that you're working to move towards. Because they are in a weird place. It's like, I don't think they're being honest with themselves. They're feeling trapped, they're feeling confined, they are feeling stuck in a rut, but they're also like not actioning on it. And I don't think they're not actioning because they can't, you know. But it's like they're okay with being in this entrapment. Does that make sense to you? Like, have you ever been in a relationship where it's like, you know it's not the right one for you, you know that it's not going to sustain, but you know, there's something comfortable about just having the relationship, so you stay in it. That is sort of the energy here. With the Seven of Swords, though, I think this person is just like lying to themselves about either the feeling trapped portion or why they should not or aren't moving on it. It's not a nice energy for me, Libra. It's not a nice energy for me, okay? For the connection here, we have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I think this is going to be, you know, like a communication, an idea that comes forward. Again, this realization resulting in a whole wheel of new things happening here. I won't be shocked to see the wheel come up today for this reading, where in which we start letting go, do a lot of releasing, doing a lot of And get back to being focused on a little bit more work, self-work, learning what our roles are in these relationships, what we need to contribute to them to keep them sustained. Again, like, there's no cups here. We're talking relationships, we're talking feelings. Where are the feelings, Libra? I understand you to be, thinking people, very focused on fairness, on justice, on analytical mindset. Romance should be about your heart, okay? Maybe we're having a little blockage situation here. Let's do some clarifying and see what we can learn about this situation. We'll start with clarifying the Queen of Swords here. This is your energy, the overall energy. Nine of Voices, Two of Emotions, and the Temperance card. Yeah, Libra. I think you've been sitting on some feelings, maybe not even feelings, but thoughts, opinions, relating to your other half, your soulmate, your potential, long-term love connection here. And you've been waiting for the right time to talk about them. You've been biding your time a little bit, but I think it's starting to get to a point where it is weighing really heavy for you. It's just starting to be a consuming thought pattern. And you're generally, as Queen of Swords, energy is very direct, very, very easily able to communicate what they are thinking and what they are feeling. And it's like you've been holding back, is the energy for me here. You've been holding back and waiting to bide your time, probably because, if this is from a relationship to somebody that you see as potentially a life partner for you here, a long-term soulmate connection, that you really want to make sure that you choose the right words and you don't say anything that you don't mean and you don't make any decision that isn't a fair one. I'm not sure, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this, Libra? Let's take a look for you here. I'm going to clarify the Lovers card. Ooh, Ace of Materials, Seven of Materials, and the Four of Materials. A new opportunity for sure, something very stable, something maybe a little bit more slow moving, but a place where you feel like there will be a lot of stability and a lot of growth. As far as connection goes, though, this feels, I don't want to say transactionary because I think that would be unfair. It's almost as though you're making a practical decision about this partnership. Or this is a partnership that in some way relates to work. Maybe this is someone that you're working with or someone you're hoping to start a business with here. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm going to clarify the Tower here for you as well. Three of Emotions, Ten of Emotions, Three of Inspiration. Oh yeah, lots of threes. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I think you have been kind of in the back burner on your mind, thinking about, the direction you want to go in, how you need to plan, focus, bringing in friends to talk about this too. I think there's been maybe mental focus mental focus for you recently on what the long term is going to look like, and if you're going to be happy in the situation that you're in, moving in to the long term. And I think that these conversations that you're maybe having are going to trigger this Tower moment for you, maybe I'm not in the right place, maybe I'm not with the right person. And it's going to be as soon as you tip that scale, as soon as you start to have that one thought that maybe what I'm doing in here isn't right, that's going to have a domino effect for you. That's okay, so then maybe this also isn't right, and maybe this also isn't right, and maybe if I adjust this one thing, then that will also fix itself. So I understand maybe the bit of the flightiness here, this want to move on. But again, not a ton of love coming up here for me. Let's take a look for them. I want to look at this Eight of Swords. Ace of Inspiration, Eight of Voices, Seven of Emotions. Interesting. Okay, so we've had the Eight of Swords clarify itself. So this feeling of being stuck is very pressing and prominent for this person. So maybe this is the person that you're presently with. Maybe you were both feeling kind of like stuck in the relationship, but out of a duty to one another are staying in it. I think this person is feeling like they've lost that spark of passion. The passion is kind of gone, and now they're just like sitting, with all of their feelings, all their emotions, and not really sure what to do with them because they're not externalizing them anymore. They're just like internalizing everything, which is part of this feeling stuck. The passion is gone for them, so they're retreating a little bit from the relationship. Energies can be, reversed here. This may be you, and but I don't think so. I think you have a firmer idea of what you're looking for. You're just not saying it. I want to look at the Seven of Swords too, this kind of dishonest energy. Whoa, cards flying. What just came out? The Fool. The Seven. Cards just clarifying themselves left and right here, and the Ten of Materials. Yeah, this person's not being honest with themselves about what's going to make them happy in the long term. And I think for them, they think just like throwing themselves into something new is going to fix everything and put them in a position where they get to pursue that sort of long-term happiness and fulfillment. But they're being dishonest with themselves. They're being dishonest with you about this. Like, I think this is a bit of an escapist mindset because, again, they're feeling trapped. They're feeling like the passion's gone. They're holding on to all their emotions. They're not sharing them. It doesn't seem like you are also sharing your emotions. I think we're in a situation where both of you are playing your cards very close to the chest. And I think you're both looking for a way out, but you don't want to vocalize it. You don't want to say that to one another. But maybe too with this Eight of Pentacles, it's not about looking for a way out. It's about looking for a way to put the work back into the relationship to reinvigorate it here. Let's take a look in the connection at this Ace of Swords. Six of Voices again. So much repetition here. Queen of Inspiration and the Muse of Voices. Yeah, I think that you're both coming to the same conclusion that you're not in the right place. You're maybe not with the right person. And I think there's like a lot of respect here between the two of you, which is why we're not opening up the conversation. You may be dealing with a fire sign here with this Queen of Inspiration showing up. I think you really thought that this was like the long-term one for you, and now you're both kind of like settling into it and recognizing that maybe it's not actually fulfilling you in the way that you both want. And it's not because you don't, have love for one another or respect for one another. I think just like the being together is not making either of you happy, and you're not really communicating with one another very well. I'll look at this Eight of Pentacles too. Whoa. Shoot's flying out here. Four of Emotions, Awakening, and the Knight of Inspiration. Yeah, I think Libra here that you are potentially in a position right now where you're with somebody, and I feel like this is someone you've been with for a long time, and you've put a lot of work in together. You've done a lot together. Maybe you do have a business together. With that, Ace of Materials, Four of Materials, Seven of Materials coming up on your Lover's card here. And you both feel a duty to one another to be in the relationship, but you're both not happy in the relationship. I think there's respect here. I think there's love here. I think your partner is feeling more stuck in the relationship than you are. Maybe you are in more control of how things are going, or of the finances between the two of you, and they're not really sure how to be separating themselves from that. And I think you've been talking about this with other people. You just have not been able to open it up with them. Let's take one last message from Universe for you here. The Star, the Three of Pentacles, and the Empress. Yeah, okay. I think here you both have the same goals. right? You both have interest maybe in family, in children, in leading very passionate lives, leading lives that are full and that are continually growing. But there is something kind of in between the two of you here that is not allowing that to happen. So it doesn't matter that you both are people that are moving in the same direction. It's like you're moving parallel with a wall in between the two of you. There's something not connecting. So I think one of two things is going to happen here, Libra. Either we need to open up this conversation so that you can have an honest dialogue with one another. And if this is a long-term partner, that should not be complicated. And if it is, then maybe this is not the right partnership in general. So either we need to start working on, putting the work in to get realigned, to recognize that we want the same things, we're working towards the same things. Remember why we started this, why we came together in the first place. That or we need to start talking about, potentially a separation here, because I think you're both feeling stuck, and it's coming from a place of just not talking to one another. I hope this is helpful to you, Libra. If you do want more from me, again, I'm here every week. Please hit that subscribe button on your way out, and we'll see you next time. Best of luck.